Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another fun-filled week of the Grumpy Vlogger Live. So,
Dog.
and some of the guys I know will probably be a few minutes late because they're over doing the pre-drone meetup show over on Philip Koshat's channel, which is good. I, I, Bill may be dropping in to visit us later. I figured, I watched a little bit of it, but I figured I didn't need to really get involved in it because I'm going to see all these guys on Friday. So,
There you go.
and you're going to be hearing about this. Hopefully, after this weekend, it will be over. Then the only thing we can bitch about hearing about is art in the Philippines. So,
Yeah, there you go. Mhm.
but I will try not to, go. But I be honest with you, I am excited to be going again. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to get up and drive up there early to the airport early Friday morning, or if I'm going to go get a hotel Thursday night, near the airport, and then just get up and drive from there, or stay at my cousin's house. I asked one cousin, he doesn't have, there's no room at the inn for him. His dogs took over the couch, and but anyways, but yeah, I'll be seeing everybody there on Friday, and I'll
Good.
probably do a live show. I plan on doing a live show next Monday from probably Bill's house. Speaking of Uncle Bill, there he is.
Here's a
Hey,
Hey,
No.
yeah.
I was cheating on you in a different stream.
yeah,
Oh,
I know. I actually watched a little bit of it, but I thought there's no point of staring at you guys on the screen when I'm going to see y'all on Friday. I'll see you in person. So, you know,
Yeah, you're gonna be
and
tired of seeing me.
well, yeah, maybe, yeah.
You know, once
It
you see
depends.
me walking around with nothing but a diaper on all day, you're gonna,
there you go. Mhm.
you're gonna
Oh, I
be
look
in.
forward to
You're in
that.
for a
Yeah.
treat.
I am looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm so
Mhm.
excited to see that. Yeah, but
Very casual.
yeah,
Oh, the talcum powder. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Uh, but I'm busy printing stuff. For those of you that tuned in on Uncle Bill's show the other night, I had a bit of a spelling error with
Yeah.
my coasters, so I will not be giving a lot of these away because there aren't too many of them because I ain't got time to print anymore. But somebody pointed out that I had made coasters that say the Grumpy Nogger on them.
ah,
Well, kind of. The end is backwards, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's still the Grumpy Nogger. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it bothered me so bad that I
See
did correct
that?
it.
Yeah. Very
good.
good.
One, I capitalized the letter, and my friend Grant, who helped originally design this, pointed out to me that had I just capitalized the letter in the first place, that wouldn't have been an issue. So, plus
Cool.
I also put a space in between each letter, which spaced them out better. So
That'll work.
I've got a few of those, and of course I'll have those. I'll have three. I think I have about five or six of the collector's edition that are called the Grumpy Nogger edition.
Yeah.
I will save one though for Christmas as somebody's suggestion. So.
Yeah, Christmas. I was thinking you could do a whole series of Grumpy Nogger episodes. Tonight we're going to do regular eggnog. Tomorrow we're going to use rum, and then the night after that, and we'll do Mexicali. We'll put tequila in it. Ugh.
Yeah, there you go.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Bourbon would be good in eggnog. There you go.
Yeah.
Chocolate eggnog.
Chocolate.
eggnog. Yeah. Ooh, that's an idea.
And you can go over the recipe and how you made it and how it tastes, make us feel like we're right there with you.
Right.
The Grumpy
Probably
Nogger.
the best way I know how to make it is go up to the store, get a half-gallon jug, pour half a glass of eggnog in there, another quarter glass of milk, and if you want booze, you dump the rest of it in rum. So
Yep.
about that much rum with about that much eggnog, and it's about right. But
Right.
since I don't drink, I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Uh-huh.
I think probably the second worst hangover I ever had. The worst one was from Strawberry Hill, and that we talked about the other where I burned up my duster. Yeah, Boone's Farm about killed me on that one. But the second worst one was on rum, and I've never been able. I've never been able to stand rum since then.
Yeah, I'd agree with
Oh,
that.
I could top you on that. Rumple mints. Yeah. Boy, that'll give you a wicked hangover.
Well, yeah.
Rumplemints and eggnog.
Ooh, that might be good.
That actually might be good.
Yeah.
Get that little minty. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, a little minty. Yeah, because mint, peppermint for like candy canes, a little candy cane flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah.
so today, go ahead, Robert. Go ahead.
Can I tell a joke? This is actually funny.
Well, that's the question. Can you tell a joke?
Yeah.
It's always been the question.
I think the jury's still out, but,
Yeah,
but
okay.
please attempt.
Go ahead and give it a shot.
All right.
Yeah.
There's an old lady. She goes in a bank with a big paper bag full of money. Goes up to the teller and says, "I'd like to, open a bank account and deposit this money." And the bank teller says, "Oh my God, how much money is in there?" "Oh, $250,000. And the teller says, "Well, I can't do that here. You might have to talk to the bank manager and set up an account." So she takes her over there to his office, and she starts talking with the bank manager, and he said, "Well, you got quite a sum of money. How did you come about making that money, or where'd you get that money?" And she goes, "Oh, I make bets." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I make bets. I'll make you a bet, $50,000 that you have square balls." And he just looked at her like she was crazy. And she goes, "No, no, 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 no. I'm serious. I'll come here tomorrow with a lawyer." And he says, "Okay, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10:30. So next day, he's like, "Oh God, this is going to be an easy 50K for me." So she shows up the next day with a lawyer and goes in the office, and she goes, "Come on now, drop trowel." And well, he does it, and she's fondling him and fondling, and the bank teller or the bank manager says, "Why is your lawyer crying?" "Oh, I made a bet with him, $200,000 that I could go feel the balls of a bank manager at 10:30 in the morning."
I think the presentation was a little, yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Art, for that.
Yeah.
For that
Cheech,
laugh.
Cheech did something. Yeah, thank you. Quiet clap, quiet clap, quiet clap. Cheech did something like that. Or actually, no, it was Quentin Tarantino did something like that on it was the oh shit, I can't remember. Anyways, about he tells the joke to Cheech Moran, and except it's about it's about a guy comes in and he says he says he bet the bartender $100 that he could piss in that glass in the from anywhere. Okay, well, you stand over there, and he did, and he pissed everywhere. He pissed on the he pissed on the bartender, he pissed on the bar, he peed everywhere, but he missed the glass, not one drop. And of course the bartender's just laughing his ass off. He says, "That's $100." He says, "I'll be right back." He walks over to the table, and these guys are hanging their head down and come back up, and he's just smiling. He says, "Why are you smiling? Why are you laughing?" He says, "Well, I just bet them $300 I could piss on the bartender's face, and you wouldn't say, and you'd laugh about it." Yeah. So yeah. Say similar joke. I did hear one. Before we get any further, let me say hi to the people in the. Before our jokes run everybody off, let's say hi to the people that are here. So let me put my spectacles on so I can actually see who's here. So let's start at the top. We got Captain Joe America. We got Jody Drone Shots. We got Art. We got Waypoint New England. Bryan. 204 WPG Drone Life. That would be Ed.
Yeah.
And I talked with Don before the show. Now I put the name with the name and the face together. It took me a while to figure out who was who. And we got Connecticut Pirate. And we've got who else?
It's
We
John.
got John. Yeah. Oh, I forgot his name. John. Yeah. I didn't forget. I forget to say it. Let's see. We got Grant. We got
That would be Grant.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you. That's great. Is that Grant? Mr. Stay Drunk? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Skyfly Network is
Joel.
Oh,
Joel. I knew that. I wrote it down too, and I forgot to look at my list before I started. Let's see who else we got there. Steve Knowles. Okay, welcome to the show.
Mhm.
Wedge and Big Paul.
Yep.
I love
And let's see who else.
Got Mark
Mudball
our wife.
Don.
Mudball Don. Yep.
Yes, Northside
Don.
Hawk. Yeah. Don. So
Brian. Waypoint, New England.
yeah, I said hi to Bryan. I think I did. I thought I mentioned his name. I think I've cut it. Oh, Thomas Baker.
Yeah.
Oh, Thomas Baker.
Okay. So, anyways,
Baker, the Quaker.
yeah. I heard one today,
You did?
and this gal, she been married to this man for 20 years, and for 20 years, her husband made love to her in the dark. He wouldn't let her turn the lights on. He wouldn't, it was always in the dark. And for 20 years, and finally she said she had enough. So she snuck in there one night when he wasn't, he was in there waiting, and I recognize those two convicts right there.
Yeah.
But anyways, so she sneaks in there and she flips on the light, and he's standing there with an adult, or he's laying there in bed waiting on her with an adult toy. She says, "Whoa, wait a minute. What's going on here? You impotent son of a gun. What in the world? Have you been using?" Yeah. It says, "Well, you've got some explaining to do why you've been using that." He says, "Yeah, and I'll explain about this when you explain about our kids." It was the cute girl that told it on the short YouTube shorts today was her delivery was much better than mine.
Yeah.
But,
You done good, Lloyd.
You're done good.
yeah, and she had a worse accent than I did.
Mm.
I mean, hers was really hillbilly. I mean, she
hillbilly?
really twanged it up.
A little twanging it up.
But anyways,
There's something kind of sexy about a hillbilly accent on a cute little girl. I don't know. I kind of like it. How about that? Just talk to her.
I know I did.
My husband.
Hey, spit on that thing.
Yeah. Talk to her.
Yeah.
Judy
had that twang, and
that
was half the charm of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
We got leg work.
Leg work. Wow. It's been a while.
You have to excuse me for just a moment, guys.
He's not blue, Lloyd.
No, he's not. I just noticed that. Well, he changed his name, but that's still that's Bill, by the way. I do remember his name.
Oh, Bill, that's okay.
Which amazing.
I call him Leggy for short. Bill.
They called you for short.
Bill calls me Artie. Kind of name.
Let's see.
Kid.
I was sitting here trying to think. Now, how do I spell grumpy vlogger? Because I didn't even have my own show up. So let me go. All right, let me get over there. And there we go. Give him a wrench. Moderator. Standard.
I don't see Steve Janess.
No, he's not in here tonight.
Yeah,
but
he's the one.
There you go. And Mark R. White, welcome. And yeah, Bill was going. I know he's gone to into modeling now. LWM modeling. And that's because he started really building some. He went whole hog when he went into building models. He's done some really nice ones too. So,
Cool.
and he videotaped them. So if you get a chance, go over there to his channel and look at that.
Ooh, okay, I'll have to do that. Yeah, that's
But
something I used to do when I was a kid at Shriners Hospital. Nothing to do, we just build
Yeah.
models.
I heard something about doing hogs or something. Is that what you did when you were a kid? I just came back. I heard you're doing hogs.
no, during
The whole hog?
I think he said during the hospital.
No, you said whole hog, and then he said I
Oh,
did.
did I
that.
say whole hog?
Yeah, whole
Oh
hog.
yeah, he went. Yeah, okay, yeah, I did say.
And he
whole
started
hog,
talking about
yeah.
what he did with he did something as a kid. And I'm thinking, oh my.
Yeah. No, I was talking about Legworks, William Legworks. Anyways, he started building models. He kind of got away from some of the other stuff and started going into model building. And he went, as I said, he went whole hog on that one. He
Whole hog.
Whole
Not
hog,
half
yeah.
You don't want to do half hog. Never do half
Yeah.
hog. Do the whole
Yeah,
hog.
if you're gonna do something, do it whole hog. You know.
Yeah, that'd be Lynchon in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Big John. Yep.
Lynchon.
You know, I've been busy printing stuff on my 3D printer and stuff, and I started having a few problems the other day with a couple of my prints. It's like, man, I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I have when it changes colors, it extrudes the extra out through the place in the back, and then you have a basket back there to catch it or whatever. It's called a poop chute.
Oh,
Well, apparently, and I thought I had mine set up to where, so I have to keep checking it because every time it changes colors, it drops a little bit of filament before it gets a new color. Well, now this was all in there. Well,
Make yourself big,
yeah,
so we can see it.
Yeah.
You know how to do that, Lloyd?
Yeah, I do. I got to get to where I can see it, though. There we go. Anyways,
There you
this
go.
is what happens when your poop chute gets constipated.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I pulled that all out at one time, and so yeah, pretty colors, but it's definitely.
Yeah, if my poop looked like that, I'd be in the emergency room.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, that's what happens when a 3D printer gets constipated.
Oh.
But and it will mess up. What it does, it keeps it. Because I noticed on one of the layers, it was when I was printing these stupid things that the white layer on it started. Well, I just keep popping up. I'm like photobombing everything. Look at that old goat.
You and Lon.
Me and Lon. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a bunch of pictures from last year, actually. I just found them. I'm so sloppy. I can't find mine.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, Dan. It was a shitty situation because I had to get that all out and just. But anyways, so yeah, I was trying to answer the chat.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Yeah, what can you? I wonder if you could do anything with that. You can re-extrude that or something, or
you can. There's actually people that you can send it off to. You pay the shipping and pay them a little bit, and they can take all of this stuff, and of course you'd get like a rainbow color filament back, but they can re-extrude it and make it into a filament and send it back to you.
Yeah, multicolor filament's cool, actually.
Yeah.
For those of us that don't have fancy schmancy 4-color or 8-color printers like some people do.
Well, mine only prints 4 colors for the time being because I can't afford another. And to be honest with you, I can't afford any more filament to fill up a whole another row of it. And,
Okay.
the way I'm going through it here this week, I mean, I got this thing like a week ago Friday, and man, I've already gone through like 4 rolls of filament
No.
just in a week's time, and I just reordered. I'll have 6 more rolls coming in tomorrow, but you know,
Thank you, Dave.
printing a whole crap load of these things. So
Oh, cool.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna probably about 150 of those or so.
Is that a crap load? 150?
Yeah,
Well,
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yep.
If it was a shitload, how many would it be?
About 200,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
and a shit ton. Of course, that's about 1,000.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
Just so you
There's always-
understand.
There's always boatload, but I've never understood.
Oh well, yeah, boatloads like 2,000 of them. I'm not printing a
Hmm.
boatload
Mm-hmm.
or a shit ton or even a shitload. I'm printing a crap load of them.
Buttload, and that'd be a Kardashian thing.
Yeah, if I was only doing like 50 of them, that's just a turd mound.
I've always been.
No, 50 is a buttload, I think. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Glad we got the whole shit conspiracy,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that LWM modeling. I got a 3D printer about 6 months ago. I don't know how I managed the previous 52 years without on. It's hardly ever turned off. Huh.
Yeah. I turned mine off. Well, when I finally go to sleep at night, that's the last thing I do, unless I've got a print running. And so far, I've been pretty lucky because mine does detect when it has spaghetti going on in there for the most part. What's neat though is sometimes it prints stuff on those layers and it starts getting spaghetti, but when the next layer comes in, it just seems to print right over it. So all they got to do is trim the excess off around the edge. Sounding shitty here. Yeah, it is. Welcome, Jim. And Dan. I forgot to welcome you in too. So
Mm-hmm.
I'd be all over you already, Don, but man, Charles is looking sexy over there. He apparently is into beard, so that helps. I may shave before I show up there, Bill. I mean,
No, you won't.
You do what you ought to do is you ought to do mutton chops. Look like J. Arthur.
nah, I'm just looking. I'm trying to just look like an old hippie. Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
But I was surprised it didn't take me near as long to update my. I did do all that. I finally got my. I'm legal to fly my drone now because I registered my Avata 2 finally with the FAA so that they can catch me where I'm flying somewhere I'm not supposed to be.
Good one, Paul.
I got that get off my lawn. I do. I scare the kids all the time when I step out there. All I got to do is step out on the front porch now, and they're like,
"Get off my lawn!"
Yeah, I don't even have to do that. I just stand out there and just kind of glare at them, and they're gone. Of course, they see me coming in and out of the house wearing a gun all the time, so they might be a little concerned that I may have it on
There
me.
you go.
Yeah.
You don't come out with the what is it, an M1? Like,
Yeah, no, I don't think I want to scare them that bad.
yeah, like, who was that? Oh God, Clint Eastwood.
Oh, Clint Eastwood, yeah.
Yeah, in that movie. What's the name
Gran
of that?
Torino.
Gran Torino, yeah, that was it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good movie.
I purchased it. I liked it so much.
Yeah.
They sound like my relatives when they talk to when they're saying that racist crap to each other and they're best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be. I looked and I think I have it. I think I printed it off. I don't have it printed off. I have it on my phone. I leave here at 6:46. And I get in there at 12. Oh, look at there. Is the show almost over? Dawn showed up. So
Yep.
yeah. So
Almost done. Halfway.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's halfway. So you're showing up early tonight. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah,
I didn't come here to be picked on.
He just said he was glad to see you.
Oh,
How is that picking on you, sir? He's
I'm
glad
down
that
here.
you. He's glad that you came.
It sounded facetious, is what it sounded like.
Oh,
He was glad you came as early as you did. As
Yeah.
a matter of fact, if anything, we
that's why I
are.
looked at the clock.
That's
I said,
what
is
she
the show
said.
almost? I said,
It's
is
our
the show
loss
almost
that you
over?
weren't here earlier.
Yeah, we're just we wish we could have you. We wish we could stay on for 2 hours so you'd be on at least another hour and a half. You know.
Hmm.
How was your day today, Don?
Rough.
Okay. All right. Great.
Work.
Did you
That
work?
was perfect.
Yeah. It was work.
Yeah. In fact, Mark made a comment in the other stream about I thought tomorrow was your day off. I did work today, matter of fact. So just to be clear, tomorrow is my day off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was funny is Don said his day was rough, and about that time I heard a dog bark out over there where Dom's at. So looks like my print is through. So got 10 more of them scutters printed off. So wow, isn't this exciting? You know, I'm
It's
trying
amazing.
I'm trying to avoid talking about, what every other channel's been talking about this last 4 or 5 days.
Oh,
There's gonna be
South
magic.
Florida Dome meetup?
somewhere.
No, I was thinking there we're all going. I thought we were all going to the Philippines with
Yeah.
You true?
There
we're
we
going to the
go.
Philippines with Art.
We're all gonna meet up in the Philippines.
There
isn't that
you
what-
go.
Oh, that's right. It is in South Florida. I better get on the right damn plane then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be helpful. So
Well,
you still going to drive straight to Styx when you get here?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Because I get in. I think I get in at 12:30, and my car will be ready for me then. So, however long it takes, so that'll be 1:30 in the afternoon or thereabouts, 2
Is there
o'clock.
going to be a
Well,
meetup?
Styx doesn't open until 4.
Oh well, then I guess I'll go by your house then.
Yeah.
I won't be here. I'll be at work.
yeah. Go to the bowling alley.
The bowling center is open.
Well, I'll go to the bowling.
Yeah.
I'll go to the
There you
bowling
go.
alley. Shit.
Yeah, you can sit at the bar.
Yeah.
Hang out,
Who
talking to the
knows?
girl.
I might even get out there and throw rent a lane and throw a ball and rent some shoes.
There you go. Mhm.
I'll buy you a game or two.
That would be fun. It's been years since I've.
I'll be sure to film it so we can all make fun of you.
Oh yeah. Even at best, I think my average was only like 110. That was on a good day. Actually, I kind of sandbagged, because when I set our average for the season, I always started out poorly, but by the end of the season, I was doing really good. So that they accused me of sandbagging. No, the more I did it, the better I got each season. Then I'd be off for the summer or whatever. But yeah, Judy bowled 3 leagues. I was lucky to get through. I could barely bowl one.
3 leagues, so she can bowl. Then apparently was able to bowl.
She was able. Yeah. She ran up. I think her average was like 256.
No, I don't know. That's kind of professional level, Lloyd. An average of 256 is like a pro.
Yeah.
Well, she was that.
I've got
She was
thousands of
pretty good.
bowlers, and there's only maybe one.
Maybe
that ever comes close to that. And he was a
It was around
13-year
200.
he was a
It's up around-
13-year pro that owns
know
the pro
she-
shop.
I broke
He always-
200 one time in my life.
You got what?
I broke 200 one time.
Oh, she came close to 300 3
Which is
times. She
perfect.
got like 298. Yeah. 3 different times and just couldn't get that last one. Just was it.
Hi,
you know.
Brenda.
Hey, Brenda.
She was very good. I mean, but we had, and I'd have to look. I know that my friend Larry probably has her scores. because he was on our team.
Well, if there were sanctioned leagues, they could just look it up.
Yeah, I could go down there, but that's been that was in the 90s. So no, we bowled clear into
Still be there.
2000. I think we quit like in 2003.
20, more than 20
I
years.
can't remember now. I'm going to have to go back and look.
Mm.
We quit after she had her first stroke. So that was about 2000, 2007. So that's when we quit. So she was a good bowler.
Mm-hmm.
She was pretty much the anchor of our team because the only other, we bowled mixed couples, and her and my best friend Larry, and then his wife and myself were all on a team, and then we had a couple we had a substitute player that one of us had to take off. He'd fill in for her, so or for me or whoever. But yeah, she bowled 2 night leagues and 1 daytime ladies league. That they invited her to the ladies league because she was that good of a bowler, and I just go down there and hang out with her, because I was never invited to the leagues. I was, accepted because she was a good bowler.
I just think.
Well, it's not like that. Anybody can go. You don't have to be a good bowler to be liked by the league. Don't be ridiculous. I'm sure she bowled in all handicap leagues. So you got people with 110 averages and people with 200 average. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. I had the 110
close to 300, and I think that she could have bowled a perfect game if she had been a man. She was only a couple balls short. I guess that'd be a couple pins short, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's
but an extra ball would have done it, though.
Yeah. Lloyd.
Yeah. That's good.
If only you could give him another
No,
ball.
still would have been a spare. So no, wouldn't have gotten it.
She already had mine,
Yeah.
She'd occasionally hand them back to me and let me.
Mine in her purse.
Yeah, well, that was it. Sometimes she'd
Has
let
them on
me.
a little keychain.
Yeah. She'd take them out every so often. Says, "Here, you need your balls right now, so go ahead." And I tell you what, I'd take her down to when we buy a car. I'd let her do the car deal. She was a tenacious little. She's like a damn little chihuahua. She just
I've seen that happen before.
hang on to that, and she was tenacious. She had to be to put up with me.
Oh, definitely.
Andrew wants to know: is your son good at bowling for some reason?
No, none of our kids are. Nope.
It's a stupid sport.
It
just
well,
pays.
yeah. I mean, it
pays your bills. It's a.
I was gonna say, but
man, you ought to make the commercials, man.
Yeah. It's a stupid sport.
Come on, enjoy the fun. We got cold beer and nachos and bowling. No, people have fun. It's fun. People join a league, and I'll tell you what. To me, when I was in leagues, it was about the bowling, but it was as much about getting together with the same group of people every week.
Right.
Having a night out. If it wasn't for the fact I already spent five or six back in the days in the bowling center already, I would have enjoyed it more.
Right.
But a lot of those folks that go every week, if they didn't do that, they would never go out. So,
yeah.
So there is that.
Yeah.
My son started bowling recently.
Cool.
Friends of his in bowling.
Cool. No, it's good. It's good for you. It's healthy.
It is.
Or it can be. Like I said, you could ruin it with too much beer and too many nachos. Or hot dogs or hamburgers or pizza or whatever. Because we've got a full menu there at Stewart Bowl.
They had some of the best fries and hamburgers.
Got good fries, great wings.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like going to the bowling alley. Sometimes I just go there to get something to eat, and
No, but a lot of bowling centers, the food's mediocre at best. You know, pre-made pizza, reheated, and
Definitely. Yeah.
we
You
have,
are just the
know.
greatest spokesperson.
but we
It's like-
have.
It's like, hey, come eat our crappy bowling alley food. I mean,
No, you didn't let me finish
You're
the
already
thought.
making a questionable choice in sports.
A lot of places, most places, that's how they are. But our place has great food. We have things on our menu you would never expect.
Yeah, we had we went down there and ate
We have things.
Monday night with Bo Shart and Little Shart. We went down. You treated us to dinner that night.
Yeah, no, I mean we've got I can't think of anything right now. Let's pull up the menu.
There you go. Pull up the menu.
Waffles.
No waffles. No, we did that. We tried that for a bit. Fresh waffles. Actually made them to order,
Oh wow.
but it wasn't worth.
Well, yeah. You think about it. These guys get up. They come down there for early leagues, and they're their hands are covered in syrup, and they're trying to throw the ball, and yeah, it's just Although it might help put a better spin on some of those balls,
Yeah. You got sticky
little-
holes.
Little better grip, yeah.
How about Ray?
Yeah,
Hey,
we got,
Captain Ray.
Hey Ray,
Captain Ray.
and we got Mel.
You
What
know,
was
such thing
it?
as-
we got a
Hey,
caprese,
Mel.
a caprese sandwich, and chili fried chicken wrap, and all kinds of fancy stuff. Chicken Caesar wrap. So we got wraps. We got stuff, but no, it's a good menu. Seriously, and besides that, we're going to be giving away a lot of food. She's got a lot of. I talked to the bar manager, the restaurant manager, and she's got
A lot
there
of
was-
stuff that's
there
expiring.
was these crunch rolls that they took off the menu, and they were really good. They just didn't sell enough to keep ordering them by the case. So we got those. We got beer.
Oh, Brenda.
I mean, I don't know what she's going to put out. She's going to put out a lot. She's got a lot of stuff she needs. She goes, no, she's happy too, because she needs to make room in her freezer. So there,
Ah.
you go. She's like, eat away.
Getting rid of all the stuff that she couldn't sell on the menu, she's going to give to us down there.
Well, a lot of it's free. I mean, a lot of it we just get from our vendors.
Okay.
Sample
Yeah.
cases. Yeah. They go to the food. They go to the food shows, and they come back with samples.
Samples. Yeah.
Yep. And they just sit there. So there's like only one other yearly thing that goes on in there that gets appetizers besides us. So
Right.
we got plenty, and that thing is one half the size of ours. That the Martini Network. It's a business networking thing, and I don't know why, but she gives them free appetizers. They're nice people, but she gives them free appetizers too. But not like the table full of stuff she's going to put out. We're going to put out.
Yeah, we had a good crowd. I know it was a big crowd last year.
And then
Hard to keep
$50 gift cards that you can use right there to pay your bar tab, food tab, whatever. You could use it on the bowling side if you want to. And 4 pool tables available that are saved just for us. And that doesn't mean you can't grab a 5th one. Depends on how many people are there. There's not that many people there at 5 o'clock on Friday. Friday's a little later because people work on Friday. So Saturday starts earlier, because people aren't working. So we as we've noticed, we more or less have that place to ourselves. There's very few other customers in there until later. Well, you're welcome, Ray. Thank you for everything that you do. And I said that on the last stream, and I'm going to say it again. Ray puts a lot of effort, time, and trouble.
He does. Yeah.
And he deserves thanks.
Yeah.
And then Johnny puts effort in. They all do.
Yeah, there's a lot of people put into this. It's not just
Brad
Olson. Yeah.
Everybody should try to maybe buy a couple of trinkets off Brad, because he spends a lot of money on all that stuff that he prints up for the meetup.
Yeah.
I really just wish somebody had told me that it was happening. I would have tried to make it.
I kept meaning to tell you, and
it just happened. So we kind of forgot about it. It just
I actually would. I had started the job and I didn't have vacation days, and I was planning. My wife already had a vacation planned in June, and I asked her about that just the other day, and she said, "No, we're not going to do that."
Oh no.
You could vacation in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, we were planning on doing that, but it was going to be in Pensacola and not about half the distance.
Pensacola. Oh,
Yeah.
What the hell's in Pensacola?
Exactly.
apparently Don.
Beaches.
That's what's in Pensacola. Don.
It's not going to be
Nope.
done.
I'm not going.
Well,
Oh,
see,
you're not
we-
doing it. Oh,
No.
Yeah.
no, they
we-
got nice beaches there. I'm
Yeah,
sure
we
they do. It's
invited
nice
you
beaches
last
all
year.
over Florida. Huh?
We invited Don last year and told him all about it, but he had to go to an
An
eclipse. He couldn't be bothered to be with the rest of us. He had to go to the eclipse. So we just chose not to tell him about it, and it's too late now, Don.
You gotta be fair to Don. Don planned on going to that decades ago. You know, he was well, maybe not decades, but
About
he,
7 years prior.
he's seven years. is
Yeah,
the
I think the eclipse was scheduled before the first meetup.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
But this year I have no excuse.
Well, you do have an excuse. Well, you're not going on vacation?
No.
Well, then friggin' come down.
Yeah.
There's
Take
no way
a
I could
good run
ask
for
off
it.
with this shorter notice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's an airport in
I-
Joplin.
I
You can
said
just-
You think where you work's going to collapse if you're not there?
Yeah.
Are you one of those
There's
people?
no such thing as short notice.
Yeah, it's
Isn't
only
it,
for like
isn't
4
that
days.
ironic? You talked yourself out of not talked, but you were out of it because you had plans. Now you don't. Well, didn't you tell them that you were going to go on vacation for that week?
In June. No,
You can
I
get your
don't.
journey
I only
to
have a certain number of vacation days to take,
Oh, of course, I understand that.
Mhm.
and so I hadn't told them I was going on vacation this week. I was going to be going on vacation in June.
Ah,
Just say you
And that's
moved
been
June to
canceled.
April.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, just tell her,
It's
say, hey,
like-
honey, pack the bags.
It's a shame, Don. We'll miss you. And where are you going to go in June?
Nowhere that I know of.
Joplin, Missouri.
You
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
even know.
Lake Ozark, Missouri.
We thought about going to Pensacola, but that plan fell through. So now we don't have any plans.
Oh,
I'm going
Good.
to hold her down tonight and make her tell me where we're going.
oh, go to Branson. Go
Yeah.
see
Ooh.
Yakov Smirnoff.
And we're Shoji Taguchi.
If I'd want to, I might like to visit Branson, but I don't think it would be because of Yakov Schmidt.
Yeah, I,
He tells
I mean, not that I wouldn't go see him. I would, but that's not what that wouldn't be a
he has
reason
the
to try.
filthiest act. He has the filthiest act.
Yes,
It is,
filthy what?
Every single punchline has a cuss word in it.
Really?
Yeah, every
Apparently it's
single
gotten worse.
punchline starts off with "what a cunt."
Seriously? I didn't. I've only
His
ever
punchline
seen
is always "what a country, what a country."
What a Country. That's all you ever
What a-
see. Is
what a
is-
Yeah, so every punchline starts off with "what a cunt."
what a cunt.
Oh, got it.
It's been a while since I've seen him.
Yeah.
I've got his
never seen him in
autograph.
person.
I don't need to see him.
They don't grow on trees. Thank God. You never get Artie out of the woods. It's full of countries. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
I
No,
keep
they're-
trying, but nobody's laughing. Okay, I give up.
They're trying to
Give up.
start aiming for a younger crowd down there. But
Thank you, Charles.
Oh.
A younger crowd.
Yeah.
Younger than what?
like
Because
like
the
families,
average,
like younger families, because
Family friendly, you're saying.
because
Yeah, but
all
you
of
see,
those that
you
went
have a
to
very
the
young look
90s
about you, Don. I know you're in your 50s, but if you showed up with your grandbabies, no one would think they can't be yours.
Right.
Yeah, no, sure, because you have a very young
you're
look
a
about
sick
you.
bastard. That's my daughter.
I mean, like that. You're weird. Man. I didn't mean it like that. You know, you can't even throw a compliment
The
at
way
the
you
guy.
said that, Bill.
You can't even throw a compliment at the guy. Yeah, it's just, and it just makes you feel like you're hanging outside a playground.
That reminds me of you. You guys got to tell jokes earlier, and so
Yeah, your turn.
Bubba and Susie are down there in Arkansas, and Pa's watching them out the door, and Bubba's down there watching Susie washing clothes in the basin, and she's getting kind of sloppy wet and everything like that. And Bubba's starting to, his pants aren't fitting right. If
Got
you
it.
know what I mean.
Got it.
And-
Enough description. Got it.
And Pa notices this and he goes out there. Boy, get up here to the house. So here comes Bubba up to the house, and he's walking funny, and he said, "I don't know what happened, Pa. It just started swelling up on me." He goes, "Well, son, that means you're ready to start thinking about having sex." Sex? Well, what is that? Ma, get out here. So Ma comes out, and he says, "Lift up your dress." He says, "Now, see that little hole with hair around it? You watch what Pa does." And Pa jumps over on Ma and starts going down. Well, Susie walks up, and she says, "Oh my God, what Pa doing to Ma?" And Bubba says, "Well, they're having sex." And she goes, "Sex? What's that?" He says, "Well, you see that little hole on it with hair around it on Pa's ass? You watch what Bubba does."
Oh my God.
These are the thoughts that whirl around that head right there. Yep.
God, that's
Oh, come on. You have to admit, of all the jokes told tonight,
That was that
Mhm.
got the biggest laugh. I'll say that much. And
Yeah, I don't know. There were other jokes that weren't that bad. You weren't too bad. You know, like the fact that we would miss you at the drone meetup. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
oh, he's gonna cry again.
know
You
how
made
to
him
cry.
cry, Bill. Damn it. Well, I told you before. I said,
just wanna
don't
be
make
friends,
Don
I just
cry
wanna be
again.
friendly, and they just, oh, my mic's still on.
Hey, your mic's still. Oh shit! I didn't mean that, as you well know. And I'll be right back. Jerk, you should have came.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said. I know.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Yeah. I wish you could have been there, Don. I really do. We have got to do the Ozark meetup. We've just got to do it, and there's just no reason for it. So, and we just got to plan a time that's actually maybe September.
I'm going on vacation in September.
You asshole. Fuck you. I'll do it without you. I'll have my own meetup at my house in my backyard with myself.
Yeah. I did that. I do that regularly in my backyard.
September would be nice. It's still a little warm, but starting to cool off. Depends on what time of September.
Right. Well, we don't want to do it in July or August.
Are they doing another Vegas meetup this year?
Yeah, but that's not until November.
That's November.
Okay.
So that's why I was thinking September would be a good. Oh, hey, brother Bob, and of course Mel. Mel, did I not? Mel, if you want to jump in here. Oh, Mel says he can be there. So, yeah, if you want to jump in, Mel, you've got the link. It's the same one we used last week. But
Yeah,
one
it's
I
all
use
about,
every week.
all about finding a place.
Yeah, because it's got to be somewhere that's nice to fly, but yet, you know, it doesn't have to have any fancy amenities or anything.
And won't
Just
be
someplace.
Won't be hateful to you. I know Arkansas has some laws on the books about
Do they?
avoiding state parks and stuff.
Mel says he knows where my backyard is, so he'd be at my. If I had my own meetup in my backyard, he knows where it's at.
I was gonna say Oklahoma's like free for all, I believe.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty. Yeah.
And right there,
They let Lloyd live there. So what do you
there's
expect?
some nice place. I mean, it'd be close to you even because there's a couple nice places right along the border of Arkansas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, up there in over there by
Silent Springs.
Silent Springs, down that area. That's beautiful country down there too. Yeah. So yeah, we can let me look into that.
Or north of there. There's a few places north of Silent Springs too.
Yeah.
So you're sick,
Not
Art?
accessible.
Art, are you sick?
Allergies.
Okay. I got a suggestion, Mr. Allergy. Turn your mic off next time because that was absolutely disgusting. Just
I got
if
it.
if you were sick, I wasn't going to pick on you because I would have felt bad. It's an allergy. Turn off your fucking mic. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I interrupted. You guys were actually talking about flying, which is a good thing because we're all drone fans. This is not a drone channel per se.
Yeah,
No,
Lloyd's talking about doing a meetup closer to where I could actually make it.
Yeah, and we're some of the guys that are from Arkansas, Missouri, that area. How do you say it? Do you say it Missouri or Missouri? Don?
Either. I say it Missouri because that's a pronunciation of it. But
Yeah. I
a
think
lot
it's
of people
just the
say
snobs.
Missouri.
It's the flatland snobs that call it Missouri.
Yeah. Well, you have
Missouri.
Miami, Oklahoma,
that's
instead of
true.
Miami, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
I always
Well, they
said
call it
Missouri,
Miami around here.
but I started saying Missouri because I met people from Missouri, and that's how they said it. And I thought I kind of like it better, Missouri. I like
Big cities, they probably call it Missouri,
Well-
but most people in the hills or in the just good old boys, they call it. Everybody I knew, my family is from there, and they call it. They're from the Shell Knob area, and
spit it out.
they call it Missouri. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. I think what is it, Lake?
It goes
Table
out.
Rock?
Ozarks. Yeah, Table Rock Lake. We had
That'd be done by Shell Knob.
okay. That's where our family silver mine was at until they made the lake, and now it's underwater. Somewhere.
Hey, when I drove across the country in 1980 for my first honeymoon, when we went through the Ozarks, that was probably one of my favorite places going across. It was beautiful. I thought it was just stunningly beautiful.
I guess you came down 60 through the boot, like across the top of the boot hill.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. The only thing is, when it got dark, every street light looked like it was covered with bats. The bugs were so big, and there were so many of them. At that time of year that I was going, anyways, a lot of rain.
Mm-hmm.
They got bugs like bats, but it was beautiful. Gotta say.
Yeah, where Bubba and Susie live there, Bob. You're right. Shell Knob, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, southeast Missouri. I like a lot of the area over there.
Yeah.
I guess I must have been in Arkansas when I went through the Ozarks. Maybe it was Missouri. I don't know. I guess.
Either one.
You
Either
might
one.
I went across. I don't know. I went north. I went out, but when I came back from Phoenix, I came across 40.
Oh, that I-10. Oh, I-40.
I-40. Yeah, that'll go.
It was 1980. It's hard to remember.
Yeah, that goes.
That would have been taking you through Missouri.
Yeah.
Where's part of Missouri?
Yeah. Goes through Amarillo.
I forget where I went northeast because I was going back to Pennsylvania. So I forget where I shot up. I don't know.
I-76.
You don't have to talk about your heroin addiction we don't need to know where you shot up.
No.
Yeah. No.
I'll tell you what I didn't enjoy was driving through Kansas.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! It Route 50? Is it Route 54? Is that right? Am I remembering that right? 50 that goes from the northeast to the southwestern part of the state, like straight through nothing but corn for as far as the eye can see. Which you can't tell how far the eye can see because it's nothing but corn in a straight line.
Once you get over closer to Colorado, there's not as much corn. There's more cattle, but it's such a wide open, just so wide open. I couldn't tell what they were. I saw there were animals out there. I couldn't tell what kind of animals until I realized, oh, those are cows, and they look so small because I have nothing for reference. They're just further away, and you can see that further.
Bob, you making fun of me again? Bob Case is making fun of me again.
Oh, Bill gone.
I am off tomorrow. I mean, I got plenty to do. I got to go get a blood test. I got to go to a doctor's appointment. I got to bring the dogs to a doctor appointment tomorrow. I got plenty to do. I'll be changing diapers. But I don't have to work tomorrow. So I'm going to drink a little bit of wine. And that's all I'm drinking. These are like the only drinks I've had in the last 6 weeks because of the thing,
Yeah.
because of what I did. I figure a little wine's not going to help, not going to hurt. But see, my problem is this was a 1 point, like a Magnum, and like a 1.75. This is the last of it, and I cracked it last night on the stream. So see, that's why I shouldn't start.
Yeah.
I thought you cracked it on Saturday night.
I did. You're right.
Yeah. Okay.
You're right. One day's the same as the next. I don't know. I didn't drink any yesterday. You know, I mean, it was
okay.
like
All right.
last night. Yeah. Or Saturday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I don't know if I should be drunk. Okay. Can't hurt a little bit, you know.
Won't hurt this
Just
show.
wine.
It won't.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And it's specially made for people with incontinence. It's called Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. Ah, kind of like that actually. Did you just invent that joke?
Oh yeah, yeah.
From
like
the
30 years ago.
Okay. I'm sorry I complimented your joke now.
Well, thank
Jerk.
you, asshole.
Runt.
Pinot Noir. That's funny.
Mhm.
That's actually
That was
funny.
actually funny.
So you were actually funny 30 years ago.
Yes, I was. When I was
Okay. All right.
actually.
And then he turned into art.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Then what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I went to Japan and South Korea.
30 years of bitterness and regret, and this is what we got right there. That's an old
only
art
because
joke.
it took him 30 years to stop laughing. Yeah.
Mhm.
I would say
It's
that
one
he
good
wasn't
joke.
funny back then, or else we would have heard of him.
Yeah, that's it. Now, actually, if you've seen any of his videos, he actually was.
Yeah, I did.
pretty
I have,
pretty
and he
decent,
did
yeah.
good.
Yeah, he did a lot better back then than he does now, and I provided him with unlimited access.
I still have like 3 books that.
Yeah, but you haven't fucking read them.
Yes, I did. I went through them that first year. Yeah. Dad
I
jokes. There you go.
I can send you a book on stand-up comedy if you want me to.
Oh, okay. I'll DM my
Yeah.
address.
Yeah,
I do. I'm a magic bookshelf. I have a book on stand-up comedy.
you have a magic bookshelf.
It belonged to my brother-in-law.
Oh, you know what? I think I had that one time. Yeah, Judy Carter. I've got Steve Allen's How to Be Funny.
And what'd you say, Lloyd? You want a magic book?
No, you said you had a magic bookshelf. I was
Oh.
wondering what your shelf did.
Oh, yeah, I have all kinds of stuff. Whenever there's any mention of stuff, I can usually reach over and grab something.
So I take it, did you practice magic at one point? Or perform magic? Did you have a bookshelf that has magic?
I do have some magic books on my bookshelf, and I have some. I have a little bit of everything.
Oh, okay.
You
I
have
actually have
anything-
some. I actually have some couple magic books myself. But
You have any on ventriloquism? Send them to Lloyd.
oh, you're a fine one to be talking. At least you can understand what the hell I'm saying, you little shit.
I was like, this way.
Yeah. Let me get my dummy. He has a word to say to you. A word to you.
I
Hey,
don't
you.
think I have anything on ventriloquism. I do have one on accents.
Oh,
One on axis. Now that would be a good one to
mm.
have. Of course, I just have the one accent.
Well. And then, how about the Mid-Atlantic accent? Everybody talks
All
like
wants to know who has whose hand up whose ass. Yeah. Well, I'm the taller of the two, so unfortunately, it's my hand up his ass. That's why he's been smiling so much.
Mhm.
Hmm.
My dad had a conjoined twin. He's my uncle on my dad's side. Now he's my
That's
uncle.
actually a pretty good dad joke.
Yeah, you've got that.
This is one joke. You want to hear it?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
just
Go
that's a great way to close off.
Yeah, 'cause, yeah.
There's actually a couple,
By the way-
couple of jokes in the joke, but that's one story.
8 o'clock, folks, go watch Marcus and
A tone at a church bell that was rung every hour. One day, the bell rope broke, and the minister couldn't find anyone to fix it. Finally, a man came by to offer his services. He had a freakishly large head and a skull as hard as steel. I heard the bell rope is broken, he said, his giant head bobbing. I can be your new bell ringer. The minister was doubtful. This is very important, he explained. The bell must be rung every hour between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. How do I know you can do that with a broken rope? I have it all figured out, the visitor said as he nodded his huge head enthusiastically. It's almost noon, the minister pointed out. Could you show me? Instead of walking up the stairs, the bell tower, the man sprinted up the spiral staircase faster and faster until he achieved enough momentum to ram his giant head into the bell. The ringing echoed through the town. You're hired, said the minister. Every day, from morning till night, the man rang the bell. The locals came to respect and adore him. One day, during a rainstorm, the man was dashing up the staircase to ring the bell. He slipped on the wet stairs, tumbled over the side of the staircase, and fell to his death. The two townspeople rushed over. One asked, "Who is that?" The second responded, "I never learned his name, but his face sure rings a bell."
ahead.
It
Boy, that
continued.
was a long way to
It's not done. The bell ringer's funeral was attended by everyone in town. Afterward, a familiar-looking man approached the minister. The bell ringer was my brother, the newcomer said. The resemblance was obvious. This man also had a giant head with a skull as hard as steel. I don't know how they figured that out, but after seeing how beloved he was and how kind everyone is here, I'd like to be your new bell ringer, the brother said. Delighted, the minister agreed. The new bell ringer was just as dependable as his brother. But as soon as there was another downpour, as the bell ringer raced up the stairs, he slipped, tumbled over the railing, and fell to his death. The same two townspeople rushed over. The first asked, "Do you know him?" The second replied, "Not really, but he's a dead ringer for his brother."
Oh, shit. See where that was going?
Oh my
Jeez.
God!
And on that bombshell,
Yeah. With
Yeah.
that said and done, folks,
They weren't that bad. Come on now.
they were actually good.
It made my joke look like Shakespeare.
You're right.
Well, folks, if you want to learn more about the South Florida Drone Meetup, I'll bet you can go right over there to Drone Nation and they'll tell you all about it.
Yep.
If you didn't hear enough about it here, go listen to them because I'm sure they're going to be talking about it too.
Yep.
Anyways, guys, y'all have a good week. Thanks everybody on the panel. Thanks everybody who showed up in the chat. I will talk to everybody later. You guys want to stay on after the show? That's fine. I'm going to end it. I'll bring y'all back in as soon as, if you don't want to, that's fine. Okay. All right. Everybody have a good week, guys. And I'll see some of you guys down there on Friday.
Good night, folks.
Bye-bye.